On this week's Geeking Out, Captain America, Who Won't Wield the Shield, number 1. Deviate, Gods and Monsters, number 1. Sif, number 1. Will Eisner's The Spirit, number 1. WWE Heroes, number 2. Transformers Spotlight, Prowl, number 1. Blackest Night, Director's Cut, number 1. And Dawn River.
Hey there, fans of Comic Land, it's Leila here from the Comic Connection for this week's comic book reviews. First up, we've got Sif, One Shot, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, with art by Ryan Stegman. So in this one, Sif, who's Thor's former love, is living a plain mortal life in the humble town of Broxton, which is below Asgard, but she's not entirely happy with her choice. So when the chance comes up to flex her goddess muscles, she jumps at the chance, but she soon has to face her deep-seated fear that Loki will control her once again. So this is a pretty good story. It's interesting to see a goddess choosing a life as a mortal and all the conflict that might bring. The art is okay, not fabulous for me. Not sure if this is going to affect anything in the Thor universe or what is going on with Siege, but it would be interesting if it did. But nevertheless, a pretty good one-shot, and if you like Thor, you're probably going to like this. Next up, we've got Deviate, Gods and Monsters number 1, written by Brian Wood, with art by Rebecca Isaacs. So in this one, Jem Antonelli, who is aka Copycat, finds herself a prisoner being interrogated about what she remembers about how she came to be where she is. All she can remember is falling through the air and landing in a strange land, and that there were others in a lab and they were separated and they're all there. So she ends up meeting up with one of them named Leon. He finds her and explains that he and the others have been basically adopted as living gods on that planet because they have powers. So, first issue, not bad. It's an interesting story. Certainly not your typical superhero book. It's got a lot of mystery and sci-fi elements to it, and it's written in like a flashback. So if you like a different kind of storytelling, this is definitely the one for you. And last and certainly least, Captain America, Who Won't Wield the Shield, one shot. So my mom told me that if I didn't have something nice to say, I shouldn't really say anything at all, which would mean that I would probably put down this book pretty quickly right about now. But I have maybe one good thing to say, in that there was a kind of cool Deadpool appearance where there was like, a Golden Age origin story that was kind of funny. But other than that, why? Why, Marvel? This book is crap. In fact, you even put a whole page letter in the front about it, about how you know it would be crap. So now I just feel insulted that I spent money on it, knowing that you knew that it was crap. I just feel kind of duped. And I'm a big Cap fan, and I'm a big Ed Brubaker fan, and the fact that Ed's in here and took part in this really made me disappointed. So, if you're a Cap fan, I don't even know if you're going to like this, because it has nothing to do with what's going on with who won't wield the shield, or who will wield the shield, which it says right on the book. It's pretty much a one-off throwaway that probably should have been $1, or should have been offered on Free Comic Book Day. Make sure you stay tuned next week for our Free Comic Book Day reviews.
Hey folks, Jim here with this week's comic reviews. First up, it's another viewer send-in from Brian Avenue, and this one, called Dawn River, written and drawn by Brian Avenue. Hard-boiled detective tries to figure out why so many people have been jumping to their deaths on the Dawn River Bridge. But when the detective's life takes a turn for the worst, he may be the next victim. I really like this book. It's very short, it's very sweet, the art's simplistic, but very, very well done. You actually care about the characters in this, and you want to see how it ends. And boy, does it end in a bad way for the detective. So I actually really enjoyed it. If you want to try something a little different, try this book out. You might really enjoy it. Next up, WWE Heroes number 2, written by Keith Champagne with art by Andy Smith. Well, art if you can call it that. Anyway, and in this one, the Shadow King takes WrestleMania hostage, looking for his enemy, the Firstborn, whom he thinks is one of the wrestlers. To find out who, he sets up a match between Triple H and The Undertaker. And, well, he finds out, and lots of stuff happens. Chris Jericho gets murdered. It's hilariously bad. I have never read a comic that I laughed at every single page of dialogue. That's how badly this is written. This is worse than actually watching wrestling these days. It's just that bad. It's funny in how bad it is, so if you're a fan of B-movies or really bad comics, this is going to be something that you're going to really enjoy laughing your ass off at. I enjoyed laughing my ass off at it but then again, I know a few wrestlers and they might come and kill me later. So I can't do it right in their face, but I'll do it at this comic. And last, and certainly not least, is Transformers Spotlight Prowl, written by Mike Costa with art by E.J. Sue. And this one, ordered by Prime to go undercover, Prowl works as a police car until one day he must shed his disguise to save a young girl, which unfortunately costs him his freedom. Interesting story. It ties into the All Hail Megatron stuff and the new ongoing series as well. So it's interesting in that they focus on Prowl in this, and it's nice to see E.J. Sue doing art again, but it looks kind of subpar to his traditional stuff, unfortunately. So if you're a Transformers fan, this might be a pickup for you, but other than that, if you're not, I wouldn't pick it up. And be sure to check us out next week for Free Comic Book Day.
Hey guys, this is Double D here for what will likely be my last Geeking Out episode for a while, which is kind of sad. I'm moving away back home with my parents, which I know how horrible and sad that sounds. But hey, I might come back for like a special guest appearance at some point. You never know. But thanks for having me. First off, we have Blackest Night Director's Cut. This is a one-shot, and basically it's an information guide, so there's not really much plot to talk about because it's an information guide. Was it DC trying to get an extra $5.99 out of the people who love Blackest Night? Yeah, pretty much. But is it worth it? Yeah, I'd say it is. Basically, it starts off with a foreword by Jeff Johns, and then we go into, there's like the complete script of Blackest Night #1. There's a commentary over all 8 issues by Jeff Johns, Ivan Reyes, and the rest of the people who made that happen. There's even a look at, I guess I can pull one of these up for you, how they made these gorgeous Blackest Night action figures, which is pretty cool. And then basically the entire last half of the book is just kind of a guide to all the different Black Lanterns that appear in this series, which there's a lot of them, so it takes up a lot of the book. So if you like Blackest Night and you want kind of a bonus feature to it, pick this up. It's pretty awesome. Next up, we have Will Eisner's The Spirit, #1. This is a tie-in to the First Wave series that DC is doing. And I have to say, DC, when is First Wave #2 coming out? I'm getting impatient. Anyways, in exchange for that, they gave us a few unrelated side series of Doc Savage and The Spirit. So basically in this one, The Spirit takes down a few gangsters at a dock. I don't know, why do gangsters always hang out at docks? That's what I want to know. Anyways, so it turns out that the octopus isn't happy about this, and he sends a message to The Spirit telling him that he's going to take him down. We then later find out after The Spirit captures one of the octopus's men that he's hired an assassin named Angel Smerte, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, to take down The Spirit, who he doesn't realize is actually a beautiful woman. So first off, get the horrible taste of the absolutely god-awful Spirit movie out of your mouth. This isn't even close to being that bad. In fact, it's actually pretty good. The writing is a little bit cheesy at times, but it's based on an old comic series and also like old gangster movies, so I guess that's kind of the point. And the art in this is actually pretty awesome. It really captures the kind of dark noir feel that they're trying to get across. It also comes with the second feature, which is also The Spirit. Okay, guys, if you're going to put a second feature, make sure it's not the same as the first feature. Anyways, this is The Spirit black and white. I don't know, when I heard it was in black and white, I thought it was going to be even more noir-esque than the main story, which it really isn't. It's just kind of squiggly. The art really isn't that great, and neither is the writing, so I don't know. You can skip the bonus feature if you want. There's a reason it's a second feature. But this book is definitely worth it if you're interested in the First Wave series. Thanks a lot. Catch you later.
Hey there, fans of Comic Land, it's Leila here from the Comic Connection with this week's comic book reviews. First up, we've got Sif, One Shot, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, with art by Ryan Stegman. So in this one, Sif, who's Thor's former love, lives a mortal's life in the humble town of Broxton, which is below Asgard, but she's not entirely happy with her choice. When the opportunity comes to flex her goddess muscles, she jumps to the challenge but then she soon has to face a deep-seated fear that Loki will control her once again. Really?